That really sucked. I didn't I didn't even realize that that's what it did. Hopefully you guys will come back soon. Yep, welcome welcome back. Apologies. I didn't realize changing games made the broadcast stop either. I used to be able to do it. Welcome back, welcome back. Alright. Hope everyone comes back. Let's just load games. So I've got heaps of stuff. Heaps of different ones. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry guys. I didn't realize that ending the stream actually not ending the stream, changing games actually ends the stream. So my original was this one, which was completely shite. And this is my big one that I'm actually, I would say I'm proud of. There's lots of little things that I like about it, but there's always problems within a city. We'll do this real quickly. We've only got a few minutes. It's going to be the shortest stream I'm ever going to do. Wow, so touchy now. Wah, wah. Alrighty, so this is my city. This is what I've created. Everything's on a cool little grid. I'll show you some funky things about it soon. Interesting fact, the city where you live is the cleanest city in the world. That's actually pretty impressive. So I got this farm area, which I built this towards the start. I've redone all the highways, clearly. This is my roundabout that I created. Would have been a few years ago, and I have to use it on every map, so that's why that is there, because I have to use it. You got the school. This is the university district. This is the airport, which, if I remember, I'll speed it up and watch these planes when they come in. These ones are fine, it's when they come in using this runway here. Watch this. One of the best landings ever. We got a little bit of a downtown district. This is where I originally started. So this is a bit of suburban. Just most recently, this is my zoo that I've been working on. Oh, I love the sound of those things. Exactly. Who would not survive that? Got the most, the big central park. And we got another downtown 2. And it all leads over to, this is like the hotel area. Some more parks into the actual CBD, which is full of IT offices and a few hotels and a bunch of other stuff. We've got a filter system for where the poop comes out. It all gets cleaned, sort of. Got some stadium area. Got some more little areas out here. Nice little rich area. I don't think I've got many roundabouts now that I think about it. Oh, actually I do. I've got like 3 or 4 going down here. So there's one there. Then there's the oval. Then there's the X one. Then there's the egg. And I got this giant one here. And then if you go through here, we've got my what do you call this? A lumber district. So this is where everyone lives. What's the traffic flow? If you give me a minute, I'll remember how to show you. There we go. And it would be that one, 92%. This is, yeah, this is where all the forestry is done. With a little city out here and a little suburban area for where people live. And I created a dock with, this is sort of like the cargo area. So you got your planes, like to take off on top of each other. You got your boats that come into the 2 docks here. You got your train station over here. That's right on the edge of the map. So I've used... You always have issues with this game? Yeah, oh. So, I don't normally show people this, but everything on top looks super nice, and I've made sure it all flows nicely. And then you've got just this spaghetti junction underneath all this mountain. Because it's all confusing, it never worked, so it just looks like shit, but it works. And I hit it with a mountain. So it's quite funny that I can be so make the map look nice, and then it looks like shit under there. It's like 3 roundabouts merged into one. It's just, it's insane. This river here is all fake. I made that. I made this area here. Made this area over here. I think the place I usually have a lot of traffic is along here, but I think that's calmed down. I always like working on traffic. I'll spend like 3 or 4 hours actually working on traffic, creating the good traffic areas. Got to remember how to do this stuff. Square. That's never meant to be there. Hey, thanks. How do I prevent bankruptcy? Right, so if I go into, not economy, it's in policies. In city planning, make sure you got these 3 ticked. It will cost you a little bit, but they will make you so much more money. So those 3 off the start will just produce money for you, and then it's all about slowly building up the game, I guess. Build it really slowly. Yeah, so this is what I use for a parking lot. I just get the industry road and put some taxi stands beside it, and if you're far away you can't even tell. I've actually used it in 2 different places. So there's one over here too, and I made this one where the buses come and pick people up from. Yeah, just for aesthetic, yeah. I wish some worked too, because, yeah. And just before I finished, well, just before I jumped onto Planet Coaster, because it came out as I was playing this, I brought this area here and I cleared it all out. So I didn't know what I was going to do with this area yet, but I was working on it. I don't know if I want to do much of a city or any other stuff, but we work with what we do. Got heaps of heaps of bus lanes, and they all come in here. This is where the buses all come in into a main depot. Around my diamond, what do you call it? Call it a roundabout. Yeah, Swan Diamond Roundabout. Yeah, when we have death waves, I found the best way to deal with a death wave is delete certain areas of your city. So delete a bunch here, a bunch over here, here and here, and once you've done all that, just let your numbers drop, and then they'll come back up, and then slowly just repopulate those areas, but only like a street at a time. The more you do, the more people move into the city at the same time, therefore the more that more die together rather than waiting. But I got pretty much every DLC, I think. I got industries, park life. But I love landscaping on this. Like, if I wanted to build a mountain, I'd just pull it up. Then I would flatten, pick a point, flatten to it, I think that's what is that flatten? Level terrain, yeah. There we go. Now you can just go down. And you got your mountain, or your hill. Super quick. You always get abandoned houses, yeah. Yeah, abandoned houses are a pain in the ass. I think the best way to deal with a lot of things in this game is actually just letting the game run for a bit. You'll make some money, you'll lose some money, but as long as you're making a decent amount of money every so often, then it's pretty safe to leave your game running. But I would spend a long time. I spent like probably 3 or 4 days building this area. I spent a really long time doing this area, that area, and just before I put that down, I built that whole area up with houses, and I built this whole area in here up with houses, and this whole area over here with houses, just because I wanted to get the Eiffel Tower. So I needed, what did I need? Oh, it doesn't say what I needed, but I needed a bunch of stuff to get that. I think it was like 2,000 squares of industry, I think, or something like that. I was going for the platinum on this game, but I got stuck on a few of the houses. $5,000, yeah. And I built this, so this whole area and this was all built up, and then I was like, how am I going to get 5,000? So I just batteried. I just made like a huge battery there, and just filled this area. And it looked really crazy. I always thought they looked like an elephant with buck teeth. Elephant with a buck tooth. That's what I called it. I was pretty happy with this. So this is my most recent city. I'll show you my first city, which is it was in Sandbox. 31st of the 12th. There we go. So everything's unlocked already. And this is where I thought I was doing really well. Turns out I wasn't. I'm actually not that good in sandbox mode. I'm doing better in my other one. You should do Coaster Spotlight. What's Coaster Spotlight? Is that another game? Or is it something else? So this, yeah, alright, so everything's abandoned and people are dying and it looks like absolute shit. But this was my first big city that I built, and it was all, so I was real happy with a lot of areas here. So this was my volcano that I made. It's even got a hole in it, and it's like right next to a national park, so there's national park all through here. I've got a real cool, this is a, oh, ranking coasters. Oh yeah, I'm more than, oh yeah, I'd do that. Would you want it as a stream or would you want it as a video? So it was sort of a, this intersection always gave me trouble. Always busy. Do parks? Yeah, I'm happy to do everyone's parks. Do I do random people's at first, and or do I just hope that everyone makes something and posts it? I built all this. This was all flat when I first got it. Yep, stream it. Yeah, I'm more than happy to. And give them honest feedback. This is my, well, was my quarry. And this was meant to be the city, but it's just sort of messy. And there's that roundabout, my favourite roundabout that I made. This was the second time I'd done it. Yes, I'm streaming again on Monday. That's the one. So this was my first failed map, and I was going through mine the other day, and I'll show you my first ever map, which is actually quite sad. 2018, 19th of the 1st, 2018. I think that's the one. This was my first ever map. So it shows that you do get better over time, and by better I mean you will get really good over time. Because I like my map, I like my city that I'm on now, but I mean, in 2 years, I've gone from, when it loads, I've gone from this, complete and utter mess and ugliness and not knowing what was going on. It's just horrible. to now being able to understand exactly how maps work and you know. So you may think you're not good at building, you may think you're not good at designing or terraforming or all kinds of things, but the more you stick at it, the better you're gonna get. Like, that's why I think encouraging people when you know, when they're not the best, like no one's ever gonna have the best. Like it's impossible to have the best. But starting from this little shitty city that I don't even look at that. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm making chocolate milk over there. When you build something from this, it's the first one. The airport can virtually break a city. Exactly. If you're not ready for an airport, do not put an airport. Like, you've got to wait for 70,000 people. You really do. Beginner to master builder? Absolutely, I can do that. Are we gonna do based on everything, including terrain and design of like stuff around, or am I just gonna do the coasters? I mean, we can do coasters and then we'll do parks as a separate one, and we can do a whole stream about that actually. But yeah, so look at that. See, look at that. I made the roundabout go the wrong way when I first started. It's horrible. People have to cross over each other. It makes no sense. It's just bad. So going from this, where everything's just shit, within 2 years of me practicing, and I went to that other city. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying I'm, you know, I'm not saying I'm good. But I'm not bad anymore. I'm not as bad as I used to be. At least my city looks like a city. I'm happy to do anything you guys want me to do. You want me to stream other games or rank things or go onto people's maps and terraform and change things and jump on your maps and change things. Look, all you have to do is ask. I mean, I'm not sticking to any schedule or anything. You usually like building more realistic cities, yeah. I haven't tried a realistic city yet. I made this city to just build a city. See, when I started, this was meant to be the city center. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Or the way it's turning out. I wouldn't say I'm done. Yeah, that's why when I get bad traffic, I like to find the spots where it's really red. So you can see it's bad here, but no, it's just the flow. It's just because there's flow coming through there. I think I'm pretty good right now with making the city flow. We've got traffic here. Let's just send a city, of course that's gonna be bad. There's a bigger build up here. I've always had a build up here. I used to have a road connecting here. Now one thing I would say, if if you're struggling making money at first or whatever, I've got a few things that I do for a bit of a cheat. So if everyone wants to come here to get on the train, I've just built a park. It just goes from this side of the road to that side of the road, and they charge $40 to use the park. And I walk around to here and look at all these people using it. So it's $40 for every person. And I also done the same over here. I never used to have bridges coming to this island anywhere, so it was just this whole island was separate, and people would come here and they would use this to come across and go out and into a park, and you have to pay to leave the park. So it was, you know, there's little things that you can do to make a little bit of money. And then the rest is just designing a really cool looking map. Yeah, it's a bit cheap, but that's alright. And I mean, I've seen a YouTuber that spent ages building a custom bridge that went across a thing and onto an island and underwater, come out the other side. So I did the exact same thing in the most vanilla way you could, and I brought it down and around, up and across. So I built that. I made that island bigger and made it work. And it was all just because someone, you know, you watch someone on YouTube build something like that. That's some dictator shit right there. Pay money to leave the park. Exactly. Gotta make money somehow. And I used to do things like that. You see this mountain? It doesn't. It's actually just hiding a rubbish thing. That looks a bit crap, I mean. But these places need a rubbish. So I like hiding things. Hiding things out of plain sight. I did have the Statue of Liberty on here, but I placed down too many big buildings, so it turned to crap pretty quick. Because that's where you lose a lot of money. Is these buildings here? They cost a lot to keep open. That one's $1,600 a week, for instance. And this one here, $1,600, $4,000, $1,000, and it all just adds up. Always adds up. So when you're building, you do want to place these big buildings because they look cool, but you've also got to think about, are they making you money? Can you afford it? Because like this part, upkeep $1,600 a week, and it's making me like nothing. 26 visitors a week to it. That's it, because it's just a crap park. But yeah, that is my city skylines. That is my build. I wish I had done the exact same thing that I'm doing for Planet Coaster, so I could have seen me build this. But sadly, because of this map, I started streaming, so now I can see where I go from on Planet Coaster. So I mean, I'm more than happy to do this as well, and we can build a city from the city skylines as well as a second thing that I stream. And maybe we can do one Planet Coaster stream and one city skylines stream a week, and I can try and fit that in. But yeah, if you got any other games, I'm more than happy to try it out. I'm gonna listen to you guys and do some rating on some parks. That would be awesome. Rate some parks and rate some coasters and themes and stuff like that. And maybe we can't do the same on City Skylines, but it would have been cool. Rate people's cities. But yeah, if you've got any other ideas or you come up with anything, you can always leave a comment on one of my videos. I get a notification and I do read all the comments. It would be awesome, coaster and park spotlight. Yeah, look, I'll think about it. Next stream we won't do that. Next stream will be Monday most likely, and we won't do that. But the stream after that, I might do a dedicated stream to that. I'll just have to spend some time in between finding parks that we can judge nicely, harshly, and everything in between. But yeah, this is my city. Hopefully my planet coaster will look something like this in the future. I mean, look, it's my first park. I can only get better, right? Yeah, true. I have been looking at everyone's. Alright, well, I think that's where I'll leave it for today. I've got to get some sleep. I've got a really early start tomorrow. But I'm glad you guys come back and join me on City Skylines, even though my Planet Coaster stream crashed. I will be streaming Planet Coaster on Monday, and we'll continue building and having a look at what you guys have done. Congrats Nobody again for winning. I absolutely love building and having you guys telling me that I'm doing a shit job or a good job, or telling me and giving me ideas. And even just staying in the chat and just chatting. It's actually quite fun. I don't feel like I'm playing alone anymore. Anyway, I appreciate all of you. I will see you all on Monday for my next stream. Oh, thank you. See you guys.